Hello, friends and family. Welcome to another episode of Doctors Wilbert and Gloria Scott Purposeful Living. This is the first video that I'm going to name in the Get Real series. Let's get real, right? And when talking about getting real, there are going to be several things we're going to talk about. But, since the last video I did, I got a lot of questions about the real food portion. I was talking about, hey, let's start eating more real food. And I got quite a few questions about, well, what do you call real food? And some may find that strange, but you know what? Because so many of the things that we have been eating in the past decade or so, last 20 years are so highly processed, it's sometimes hard to understand what's considered processed and what's not, right? So what I thought I would do is just talk to you all about what I have been consuming for the most part over the last year that has caused such a strange and phenomenal transformation in my life. And 90% of what I eat now is real food. 10% is still a little processed. I still let myself have a few little treats now and again, but I'll also tell you what I do when I do allow myself to do that. So this is what we're about to do. First, real food. The last video, basically I was talking about most of the things in the store that are in the perimeter of the store on the outer parts. The majority of those things are real food. Now, some stores have become more savvy. They understand that that's what people do. So you really have to be careful whenever you go into the store to buy things these days. But for the most part, it's real. So if I'm going to, one thing we all know, salad. Salad is real. Whether your choice is spinach, spring mix, arugula, whatever it is, you can't go wrong with salad. I know everyone has their own preferences when it comes to what they eat in the real food space. I'm not here to say whether someone should be carnivore, keto, vegetarian. That's up to you. You know your body best. However, everyone across the gamut, no matter which diet or which food plan you follow, do realize that real food is basically the way you should go, at least 90% of the time. So what is something I try to make a part of my regular eating plan? Always a salad, even if I have it with my meat. Now, and today what I had was a steak. I sauteed a steak in a skillet, right? And I cut up some bell peppers with it in the skillet. Delicious. Whenever you let your steak simmer in the skillet and have some bell peppers with it, it's absolutely delicious. So that was my meat that I had. And by the way, it was a nice size steak, right? It was real food. So I wasn't trying to make sure it was itty bitty bitty. It was a nice size steak that I had. And I had it with my salad. And I had bell peppers that were sauteed into the skillet with it to give it a really nice taste. And I just put a little touch of slap your mama, know whatever your seasoning of choice is. And I ate it like that. I didn't put any sauce on the steak, by the way, because we all know I didn't grab any sauce. I think I still have some here in the house somewhere, but a lot of the sauces have a lot of chemicals added to it. It was only within the last 6 months or so that I come to realize that even in ketchup, there's so much sugar that's added to it. I know. So whenever I do allow myself to have ketchup, it's not that often because now I've come to realize it has a lot of sugar in it. So back to what we were talking about. So mostly what I would do in a day, like today, I had a steak and a salad with some bell peppers in it. Now, so what else would I do maybe? If I wanted a snack, I would have some pecans. Now, these are not roasted pecans, by the way. I got them at Whole Foods. They're just raw pecans that have been peeled. They're not roasted. Some people prefer to have roasted. I don't. And the only reason I don't have, I used to eat roasted pecans all the time, by the way. I don't do it now simply because I've come to realize that lots of times they're roasted in bad oil. They're roasted in like canola oil or cottonseed oil, stuff like that. And for those who don't know, those oils are processed with so many chemicals. I mean, it's just a chemical. So because most of the nuts that we get in the store that are already prepackaged or in a can, most of them are roasted in bad oils. So I just go to Whole Foods and get me a container. It's in the Whole Foods. You can go and get them raw. Now, Whole Foods does sell some roasted nuts. I don't get the roasted because I'm not sure which oil the nuts have been roasted in. So I get the raw pecans. Okay, so that's part of what I would eat in a day. So what did I say? I would have me a meat. It could be a steak. It could be baked chicken. Or it can be chicken that I just saute in a skillet. I no longer eat deep fried chicken. I used to, but I no longer do that because now I use an air fryer. So whenever I want to do some little wings or some type of chicken, I just season it a little bit and I air fry it. So basically I have a meat and I always make a nice size salad. Let's see, let me get this. This is my bowl. It's a bowl. It's like a plate that's a bowl. So it's not small. And I fill it up with my meat and my salad. And I also put kimchi. 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 I put that in my salad. It is a fermented cabbage. I learned about this in Korea when I was in the military. And kimchi is a good, now I don't know if it's a prebiotic or a probiotic. It's good for the gut. I'll put it that way. So kimchi is something, if you just put a little of this in your salad, sometimes I put more in my salad. Or you can just eat it, just like this. But to me, it's delicious. Some of them are a little spicy, but it's fermented cabbage and it's great for the gut bacteria. So I always try to put some of that in my salad. Delicious. Or sometimes if I'm eating something else or I'm having some meat, I'll just have some kimchi on the side. So yeah. Now, the only thing I sort of eat regularly that's somewhat processed are two things. One is dark chocolate. And I have a video actually on the channel about that. This is 85% cocoa. Now I like the 90% cocoa, but when I went to Whole Foods, they had run out of the 90% cocoa bars. Very little sugar, but dark chocolate, good for you. Good for the gut, good for the stomach lining. Dark chocolate. So I usually have a little piece of dark chocolate like I'm going to have today, and I have it with some pecans. That's my snack. I don't run to a piece of cake or whatever it is. I do that. And what else do I do? Coffee. Black coffee, right? I put the grounds in here. I pour my hot water over it, let it steep, pour it out. Black coffee. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. That's what I have, black coffee. Of course, it's up to you and whatever your individual situation may be with your health. But universally, most people say coffee is good for you, especially black coffee without the sugar and the cream. That's the catch. Because if you're loading it with sugar and cream, you're negating the benefits of the coffee. It has a lot of great polyphenols. So black coffee, that's something I have. I even go so far as to put a little ginger and turmeric in my coffee. A few little dashes. Hey, why not? Ginger and turmeric. They're both great. We know turmeric's great for inflammation. So that's something that I consume. Now, I talked about the salad because we're talking about real food. This is basically what I consume within my regimen. Now, when I have my salads, I know we all at home have different salad dressings, right? And hey, if you're just making the journey, coming off some of the stuff and you're eating salads, eat whatever salad dressing you have to eat to help you eat more salads. However, I'll tell you, most of the salad dressings out here, it tells you what's in it. And one of the things is, yeah, it has vinegar and water, but then it has vegetable oils, soybean oils, canola oils, sugar, and a whole lot of other things. Xanthan gum, and some other stuff that can't be pronounced. Know what that means? Those salad dressings have a lot of sugar and chemicals added to them. So what do I do instead? This is what I started doing. Because hey, at first, when I first started this journey, the balsamic vinaigrette dressings, I was always getting my dressings from the grocery store. There may be some that are made clean, probably. And if you can find a brand, then you can get that. But I just simply do mine at home now. I get extra virgin olive oil, apple cider vinegar. I do 3-to-1 ratio. You do a little more olive oil, then you put in about a third of vinegar, apple cider vinegar. Shake it up, add a little seasoning. Some people put a little cilantro, or you can do a little slap your mama, whatever it is. Whatever it is, you little seasoning you want to add to it, make your own salad dressing. What's the benefit of that? You know what's in the salad dressing. And extra virgin olive oil is not cottonseed oil, canola oil. It's not that bad oil. So at least you know what oil you're consuming, and then you're getting the benefit of the apple cider vinegar. Some people I've even known a couple of people would add little essence of strawberries in theirs. I mean, you can make your own salad dressing, but at least you know what's in it. And you know it doesn't have any added sugar. That's the beauty of it. And if you want a little sweet, do like I just said. There were some people that used, they maybe sauteed some strawberries and just used strawberries. And that was it. No sugar. So that's a great way to do it. Now, another thing which has come to my attention, cauliflower rice. Now, I know people are going to be like, well, rice, it grows in the field. What's wrong with rice? Hey, if you're not overdoing it, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with rice, but rice is bleached. I mean, they do so much to it until by the time we get it, it has all types of stuff added to it. So at least with cauliflower rice, and be careful what you get. This is also from Whole Foods, but there's only one ingredient in this, cauliflower, and it's in the frozen section. Now you can do it at home. You can shred cauliflower yourself, right? You can do it yourself. You can make your own cauliflower rice. But for those who are busy sometimes like I am, I love the fact that there's a product I can get that literally has just one ingredient, cauliflower, already chopped up and frozen, right? And that's just something we can, because when I have red beans, I have to have rice. That is the only dish I think that I cannot eat without rice. Everything else I can do without rice, but red beans, it's just not right without rice, right? Well, now cauliflower rice, and it's delicious because we've tried it. So that's basically that is my base core regimen. I try to keep some dark chocolate, those times when I want something sweet, and I keep pecans. You may have another nut that you prefer. I do my black coffee. I always do a salad with some nice meat. Now, because I was such a heavy soda drinker, there are times when I want to feel that fizz, that carbon, right? And that's when I drink sparkling water. I don't do a particular brand. Sometimes I do the bubbly or the whatever the others are. This one is from Whole Foods. It's just the Whole Foods brand, but it's the sparkling water. It has a little essence of lime in it, but I can have this without having that sugar just running through my veins. So that's what I do when I want a little carbonation sometimes. So that's basically my regimen. I do not go around restricting calories and barely eating. When I eat, I really eat. I have a nice portion of meat. I have a nice salad, and I just have one bell pepper, but I put different colors of bell pepper. I chop it up in my salad. Sometimes I have the bell pepper sauteing with my meat. I throw in some kimchi in my salad. My snack is very dark chocolate, at least 85%, but now I'm up to the 90%. And some pecans, have a little sparkling water. On my salad, I do homemade salad dressing, so I know what's in it. Even with chicken, sometimes if I just want more of a crunch, I air fry it. And that's what I've been doing. Now, another major thing I've been doing, because let's be honest, there are times when I want my not so healthy processed treat. We all do. For those of you who say, oh, I don't ever need to have anything like that. Oh, kudos to you. That's not me. And there are a few things I have come to realize I have not developed the strength to say no to. And let's see, one of those things are my Aunt Fanny's lemon pie. If she makes lemon pie, I'm not having one slice, I'm having two. I can't bring it home because if I bring it home, I will eat the entire thing. I'm honest with myself. So I only allow myself to get two slices. Now the catch is, what happens once I eat the lemon pie? I make sure that I condense my eating window for that day. For those of you who do not know, I, on a regular basis, eat anything I'm going to eat within an 8-hour window. That gives my body more than enough time to process and do everything it needs to do with what I've consumed. Ever so often, just to switch it up some, I'll open that window up to 10 hours, which means I'll eat everything within a 10-hour window. But it's been quite a while since I've gone outside of the 10 hours. For me, I think that's the sweet spot, but the majority of the time it's within 8 hours. When I had that lemon pie, or when I have a certain treat that I just seem to not be able to resist, I condense it even more. Why? Because I just gave my body a high influx of sugar, and I know my body needs to deal with that. So if I put more food on top of that, my body is not able to properly do what it needs to do with that high influx of sugar that's not supposed to be in our veins in the first place, right? It's not supposed to be in our arteries. So our body has to go into overdrive to deal with what we just consumed. So what did I say? Aunt Fanny's lemon pie, peach cobbler, oatmeal raisin cookies, and the occasional piece of pizza. Because I have a video as to what I do when I just feel like I just really want pizza. I just do my zucchini little mashup for the pizza situation. So pizza isn't too big of a problem now. Ever so often I allow myself to have a piece of pizza with the bread itself. But whenever I have those treats that I know I really love, I make sure that my eating window is not outside of 6 hours for that day. Sometimes I even push it to 4, but maybe 6 hours if I know I ate something like that. Now, the thing is, if you eat something that's high in sugar, your body is going to really want you to eat later because you made your insulin shoot up. So when you come down off of that crash, your body is going to make you feel as if you're hungry and you need more sugar. The more you give your body sugar, the more it's going to crave it, right? But this is about keeping it real. Real food. I don't eat like a bird. When I eat, I really eat. But real food allows your body to utilize what it is you're giving it, get the nourishment it needs, and it cuts down on the toxins that are in a lot of the foods. And processed foods, you never know what's in that stuff. So the more we cut down on the processed or the fake food, I call it, and eat real food, the better our health will be. For some, you just lose weight. I did, and that was not my objective. I was just trying to get healthier. But in the process, I dropped, 55 pounds, I believe it is now. So yeah, let's get real. It wasn't easy, by the way. And you notice as a part of my regular regimen, I do not have bread here. That is something I consider as a dessert or a treat. And when I do have it, I make note of it, and I make sure days or a week or so goes by before I have the bread again. Because I know it's not a natural thing for my body to consume. But hey, there's cauliflower bread. There are home recipes. I'll even make a batch, or maybe I can get Dr. Scott to make a batch. She makes a beautiful cauliflower bread that they eat at home. So they don't have to have the highly inflammatory wheat or overly bleached flour that comes in the bread, right? So yeah. Oh, can't forget the water. Almost forgot one of the main ingredients, water. We must consume enough water. Lots of times we'll think we're hungry or tired, when really all we have to do is drink more water. And I'm holding up Essentia water because I had a family member, they were saying it was pH and it was good to have it, but it's really, my body likes essential water. I mean, there are times when I drink other types of water. I even have another bottle of water. If I'm out and about, I'll grab a bottle of water. But that's what I drink. Water, coffee, tea, sparkling water. That's it. Water, coffee, tea, and sparkling water. I don't drink any sugar. That was the first hurdle I had to get over because it's not natural. At least if we eat something with sugar, we get somewhat of a buffer. Even though the blood sugar could still spike, at least there is a chance of having some fiber. At least in the dark chocolate, the black chocolate, you know, there's all types of things, protein and fiber. You're not just drinking sugar and flooding your arteries, which is the cause of so many things. Diabetes, high blood pressure. Look it up. It's all linked to a high influx of sugar, inflammation in the body, messing up the walls of the arteries, all of that. So that's it. Let's get real. This is the first video in this series about Let's Getting Real. And because I had some people telling me, what do you mean real food? I thought I'd talk about it. Oh, and I also consume eggs. I just didn't bring any eggs out here. And I love grits, but I don't eat them as much, you know, because that's the mashed up corn and just with the little processing that they do of it. But I love grits. Every so often I have me some grits with some butter and just have my eggs and my meat. And I really enjoy it. But the toast, I no longer have the toast. When I do eat that type of breakfast, I just don't. There's no need for it now because my body doesn't crave it as much. But it was a journey. So come on, let's get real about so many things. But we should definitely get real about what it is we're eating. Okay, you guys, if you haven't already, subscribe, like the video. I'm trying to get out to as many people in my community as possible. This is what I want to do. And for those of you who know me personally and you know we're in our circle, we really want to get healthy and we want to really kick this off this year. So let's get real about that. Next week, we are going to have a live. It's going to be at 7 p.m. on Sunday. We're going to have a live and we're going to talk about what we maybe have accomplished and maybe have not accomplished that has to do with our vision boards. And if anyone has any questions talking about what we can talk about getting real about what we're eating, we can address that too. Okay, guys, like, share. You all have a great day. Until next time, bye.